Anguish and unanswered questions. Their son gunned down on Christmas Eve.
In their grief, family members have made it their mission to take back the streets. There have been 128 murders in Cleveland this year. Every one of those people, including 20-year-old Kameron Westbrook, so much more than just a number.
He was a loving son who stayed away from life on the streets. Tonight, friends and loved ones are celebrating his memory. News 5's Jordan Vandenberg is at the candlelight vigil right now. It's being held on the east side of Cleveland.
Yeah, here on East 115th, the crowd has certainly ballooned here right where Mr. Westbrook was gunned down about 5 days ago. Family, friends, community leaders have held this candlelight vigil. It's been going on for the past 45 minutes or so. And gun violence is a complex issue, and his family says the solution starts at home. The sights and sounds are all too common. So too is the heartbreak for Kenneth Westbrook.
It's crazy.
And Kimberly Jackson.
My son was full of life, and they robbed him of that. They robbed him of that. They robbed him of his future, and that's not fair.
We have been thrust into the front line of an innocent child being murdered in the streets.
His name was Kameron Westbrook, a quiet kid, a good kid. He was 20 years old. He was walking to the store Christmas Eve, and he never made it back.
I went and bought all these games. Oh, we're gonna do this for Christmas, and you know, they just robbed me of all of that. They just took my son away from me. This is not fair. It's just not fair.
You can't imagine how it feels for a parent to, you know, have to think about burying their child.
Cameron's parents believe their son was an unintended target of a drive-by shooting. That's because he steered clear of life on the streets and the dragnet that comes with it.
Parents ain't stepping up being parents. These kids got to turn to the streets and let the streets raise them. And that's not fair. That's not fair. That's not fair to me. That's not fair to my son. That's not fair to my other children. That's not fair.
Kimberly and Kenneth are now trying to channel their grief.
Oh, yeah.
Calling on the community to take their neighborhoods back.
You can't be afraid.
Kameron wanted to be an architect, but through his death, maybe a safer neighborhood can be built.
I'm not going to let my son die in vain. Like, something good has to come out of this. It has to be a change.
So far, no arrests have been made in connection with Westbrook's death. If you have any information on this case or any of the other unsolved cases that Cleveland police are investigating, be sure to give police a call. Live on the east side, Jordan Vandenberg, News 5.